Hi, everybody. Hey, how's it going? What's happening? It's Wednesday. I don't know. It's video games. It's time for video games. We're here hanging out. I'm just kind of doing whatever. It was fun to do the podcast yesterday with Adam and get him back on there and chop it up with him. That was a good time. Mentioned that Virtua Fighter 5 had come out, so probably take a look at that maybe a little bit today, along with, I don't know, we'll see what else is going on. Right now, I'm just, right now I got this going. This is stupid. I don't know. Let's see here. I got these numbers going up pretty good. Yeah. Those rings would be like moving in a circle, like around and around and around, you know. But it's filling so fast that now it just looks like full circles, and then occasionally it does all this prestiging reset stuff, which just causes the screen to flicker for a while. They put an anti-flicker option in the options, but it doesn't fix that. So I don't know what you're supposed to do there. This game, this is what is it, Revolution Idol? It's not, I don't know. It's okay. It has some neat ideas for an idle game, but yeah, I don't know. I've got stars. I can buy stars now, and I have enough IP to buy generators. I should probably buy generators. Because generators multiply your molt gain. And you want to molt your molts whenever you can. If you're not molting, you're molting. That's what I say. So that's going up. You can set rules as to when it does its reset thing. But it seems like this is the accepted best way to go. Like once you reach a certain point in the game, things reach a tipping point where this is kind of the accepted layout for getting things to go. My challenges time is about 2 seconds. It used to be like 4 hours. Yep. Pretty cool. Video games. If I hit this button down here, I can get more IP, but it's not it would be enough to buy one more star. So maybe before I shut it down here, we'll hit the reset button. We'll go here. We'll buy another star. We'll also increase our star base, which is and the star exponent. I guess we can do base twice, huh? And then that should give us more stuff we can go upgrade the generators again, which is good. Okay, we did that. And now the numbers go up. Because of the way this game is structured, the numbers go up faster the longer you leave it, the longer you let it go. And so a lot of games are about you finding the right time to hit reset and generate whatever reset currency you get. This one seems built on the idea of, what if you just never reset? Which at that point, why play it at all? Right? I got this drink here. This has been on hand for a little bit, and it is, if I'm reading this right, it's a little terrifying. This is a Faxi Combi from the fine folks at Faxi Condi, who you may remember make the worst, I believe, what is the one of the worst tasting drinks on the list here. This appears to be a mystery flavor. They have billed this as a mystery flavor, and so it has percentage chances It is a 22% chance for it to be, man, Passion Smag. A 22% chance for Hla Hindebarabag. A 16% chance for Melon Smag. A 16% chance for Kokos / Rhabarber Smag. A 16% chance for Vanilja Smag. And an 8% chance for Salat Smag. And Salat is written in like big other letters as if to say this one is terrifying. I don't know. This is in Danish. Go to faxicandi.donkey Kong for more information. .driftking. Find Smagenpa faxicandi.dk. I don't know, man. It says it's a limited edition drink. And so I can't read any of this, but I'm guessing that maybe Passion Smag is passion fruit. I don't know what Indbars Smag would be. Melon Smag is probably some kind of melon. Is Kokos / Rhabarber Smag, is that maybe like a cocoa flavor? Because the other one is probably like this. The Vanilja is probably vanilla, but I don't know what Salat SALAT is in terms of a flavor. But rhubarb, you say? Oh, rhubarb. Oh yeah, rhubarb. Yeah, okay. Rhabarber. Yeah, rhubarb. Okay. Salat Smag is probably a terrifying. It's probably not. It's probably bad. SALAT SMAG. I guess I could type this into the internet and see what comes back. It goes right to the Faxicandi page. Well, I want to translate it from Danish to English, I guess. Only necessary cookies. They're selling some kind of Faxicandi champagne in a champagne bottle that you can design your own label. That appears to be a Faxicandi butt plug. No, I guess it's a water bottle. I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, I don't see anything on here about this specific beverage, but okay, let's just try Google Translate and we'll just type in Salat Smag apparently translates to salad flavor. So there's an 8% chance that this tastes like salad. Let's try and was it Hla? Hindber. Hla Hindber translates to hello raspberries in Icelandic is what it says here. Great. Okay. Thanks. I did Fame Douglas send these? It's been a while. I know I mentioned it, I think, when they first came in, but all right, this is reasonably cold, so let's figure it out. I'm worried that I'll try it and just won't even be able to pick out what the exact flavor is. A lot of these Faxicandi drinks we've tried so far have been just disastrous. It sprayed all over my fingers when I opened it, so that's good. Let me smell my finger. Oh, God. Smells effervescent like a 7-Up. which is mysterious, I guess. All right, 22% chance of passion fruit, 22% chance of hello raspberries. 16% chance of some kind of melon, 16% chance of like a rhubarb, maybe 16% chance of vanilla, and 8% chance that this is salad flavor. So, time to find out, I guess. Time to find out what we got. I can't tell from the smell. It just smells like I cracked open a 7-Up. Which maybe means it's going to be one of these more citrusy ones, like the passion fruit, or well, the passion fruit is not very citrusy, but all the flavors on the end of it. It's just like it's like a 7-Up, and then it hits you in the face at the end, and I can't tell what it tastes like. It is not salad. It's some kind of maybe this is the rhubarb. I'm thinking this is the rhubarb. That one just didn't taste like anything. As soon as I let oxygen hit my tongue. It tastes like nothing. It's like, and then at the end of it, it's like, oh, by the way, fuck you. It reminds me of, and I don't think that anyone makes this anymore, and it's probably for the best, but it kind of reminds me of diet chocolate soda that people, I remember in the 80s finding. And it kind of reminds me of that a little bit, which that diet chocolate soda is not good. It's not good. I don't know if anyone's still making it, but oh. But it's definitely not melon or raspberry or any kind of like passion fruit, and it's not vanilla. And it's not salad. So I'm thinking it's got to be Cocos / Rhabarber Smag. What is Cocos? Let me look that up real quick. It's coconut in Norwegian. I let it just detect languages, but let's actually specify Danish. Coconut. Yeah, coconut rhubarb. Coconut rhubarb is what the... Is that what this is? It's not a strong flavor. Like, it's hard to know how much of it is the flavor of it and how much of it is just that the Faxicandi beverages are terrible. Are absolutely terrible. I can, well, let's pull up the list real quick. I don't know where to put, because this is like a mystery, since this is meant to be like a mystery flavor, it's kind of hard to. Let's look at the energy drink list here. Yeah, I mean, Faxicandi Booster, Twisted Strawberry, and Juicy Agrim are down here at the bottom. But a lot, you see, the Faxicandi name coming up multiple times in the bottom 10. Some of the worst shit I have ever put in my mouth. are the Faxicandi beverages. This sucks, dude. Wow, I can't. I'm not gonna. All right, that's really unpleasant. It's really unpleasant. It's really unpleasant. I'm gonna set this drink over here, and we're just gonna pretend that it's not there. We're just gonna pretend that it's not there. I have a full case of Rockstar Zero Fruit Punch sitting like 20 feet that way. It'd be room temperature because I don't have any cold, but I have. Oh. Okay, we're okay. Okay, we're back in business. Oh, still a little bit of that left there, but okay. Went to the P.O. box a little while ago. Thanks to David for sending this in. I mentioned this on a podcast, and then it arrived in the mail. Not in a size that'll fit, but it's, these cool Dreamcast soccer jerseys. Pretty sick. Pretty fucking sick. Ah. I'm okay. Maybe we should play video games. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Just everything's okay. This is all good. Whew. Streaming or distributing this title on the internet without the consent of his author, blah, 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 blah. It said something. I don't know. Okay. I have not let this menu go. This is very good. I forgot that they mentioned when this was coming out that they... Anyway. I forget what REVO is supposed to stand for. Is it just rollback? I don't know. I got nothing. FDC. Established 1998.
The big time player is here. Round one. Ready, go!
There. Nailed it. Hopefully this saved my controller. Yeah, it did. Okay. Maybe after this we'll do a room match if anyone wants to.
Ready, go!
Not feeling great from a latency perspective.
Ready, go!
Oops. Oh, yeah.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
Yeah, it's just not a great ping. Like, it doesn't necessarily feel unfair, but it doesn't, Oh, yeah. Guessed wrong.
Round 5. Ready, go! Knockout!
Yep. Okay. Like, I kind of don't want to play, like I normally would rematch and all the other stuff, but with this ping, I just don't fucking want to. What can I do search-wise? We can go with best. Let's see if we even find a match with it set to best. Is Dead or Alive 2 a good game? Yeah, sure. Sure. I think like DOA 1 is a weird game to go back to because it's way more rooted in VF than the later game. Like it kind of found more of its own identity. Ping 168. Yeah, we're still. Is this the same guy? Dressed the same.
Knockout! Round 2.
Well, a lot of people playing ranked on a Wednesday morning, huh?
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, dude, this just feels bad.
Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go! Knockout.
Okay. Well, let's try a room match. I don't know. Feels like shit. Yeah, normal. Yeah, sure. I guess feel free to join. Stamp mode. There, I was like, wait a minute, how do I ready up? Like, there was no button on it that just said, yo, man, I'm ready.
I assume you're ready.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Yeah?
Excellent.
I'm gonna double check. You know, my network should be good on this end.
Round 2.
Because, yeah, I would be dropping frames on the stream if there was an issue.
Excellent.
Your inputs aren't working?
Round
Oh.
3. Ready,
Well, what the fuck?
go! Ring out.
Well, that's weird. On top of everything else.
Try again in a few years.
They're like, you know, when you pick your character, you go like, oh, you know, which one do you want to use? And it was like, do you want to use the 30th anniversary outfit? And I was like, yeah. I was like, those are probably cool. And then it's like, oh, no, those are all like bikini outfits. I'm like, oh, all right, sure. probably go change it, but I don't know.
Let's see how many seconds you'll last. Are you ready for this?
This is where.
Are we doing a countdown? What?
Fall down. Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go! Excellent!
You'll never be a match for me.
All right. You will earn more XP if your rank is... Oh, so you still get rank in room matches? That's kind of neat.
Ready, go!
How about now? Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Nope.
Knockout!
Yeah.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout!
Okay.
Round 4. Ready, go!
I keep... It's like I'm doing it too early.
Knockout! Round 5. Ready, go!
Oops. Oh, well, okay, I'll take it.
Knockout!
All right, cool. Oh, really? Now I can get into stamp mode. Levelist. No, I'm using a PlayStation controller currently. Might swap to that. I don't know.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Punch that dude in the back.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
It's kind of weird. It doesn't. Unless I missed it, but it seems like the only real options are like ranked match and room match, which I guess works fine if you just want to play against one person. You can just create a room appropriately structured for that. But I always felt that this thing, even when it initially shipped on PS4. Oh right, this is tournament. Well, you can set up tournament stuff in room match. But yeah, there's like if you want to do tournaments against other players, random players, I guess there's that. Like it's stripped down, like there's not, but it has like all the requisite modes that you would assume it would have. Like it still has arcade mode in there if you want to do that. Still has training mode and still has these options. It just has a real like there's a real bare bones vibe to this thing.
I'm the world's strongest!
That I don't know, on some level it gets down to business, right? But it also definitely like it kind of leaves me wanting more in a way, in a sense.
This is where you fall down!
I've got the advantage. You've got nothing.
Round 1. Ready?
But yeah, they sold it for a relatively inexpensive price, so
Excellent!
El Blaze.
Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout!
Denim vest El Blaze is
Go!
what's a hell of a look. Is there a compelling reason to play this outside of nostalgia? It's the most recent Virtua Fighter game. Like, it still looks good. It still plays really well. Like, it's not a nostalgia thing. It's a, it is the most current release of a long-running fighting franchise, And with them, announcing that they are working on a new one, that's another good reason to maybe get good at this thing again. All right.
What are you waiting for? Come get some.
I'm no pushover, sweetie.
Round
Yeah.
one. Ready, go!
So is this rollback me, man? Is this a...
Knockout! Round two. Ready, go!
No.
Knockout!
Okay.
Round three. Ready, go!
Oh, ah. Damn it, Blaze.
Round four. Ready, go!
Ah, no.
Knockout!
Kick that guy in his chest. Give him the business. So I have a review of the new releases of Dino Crisis. No. It's
Try again
fucking...
in
I don't
2
know.
years.
At the end of the day, no matter what they do, that game will still be fucking Dino Crisis. So, act accordingly, I guess.
I assume you're ready.
Round one. Ready, go!
Nope. Let me just stand near you and kick. Oh. Ow.
Round two. Ready, go!
Stop doing that, weirdo. Yeah. Stab it. Yeah.
Knockout! Round three. Ready, go!
It's like, just let me run up to you and flop you over. Oh.
Knockout! Round four. Ready, go!
Okay.
Round 5. Ready, go!
Ah! Nah, stop it with your little swishy. Whoosh. Oh, it froze up. That's close. That's close.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Oh, God.
Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Let me lay down with you and give you the business, he said.
Round 3. Ready, go!
Yeah, it's still this looks really nice, you know? Like it's and it doesn't feel like an old game, you know? Adding rollback definitely helps.
Knockout!
It's been so long since I've played VF5 that I can't remember. Like I know that they did some balance stuff and some moves for this version of the game, but it's been so long since I've played that, you know, I could not tell you any meaningful differences.
Knockout!
That was up close. That was up close and nasty right there. That was two guys standing in each other's faces. Giving each other the business. All right, I still got a couple of matches. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and I'll be back in a sec.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Hello.
Knockout.
This weird dude wearing a towel busted in here and just started posing.
Knockout. Round 4. Ready, go!
I like that these rounds are short. This is something that, you know, over the run of this franchise has become like more acceptable. Because when Virtua Fighter 1 and even 2 were out in arcades and operators were trying to charge like 75 cents or like $1 for one play, these short rounds, and you know, in the US it was 2 out of 3, not 3 out of 5. It just felt bad. It felt like a bad waste of money compared to a lot of the other games in an arcade at that time. It was just kind of hard to swallow. The pricing. I think that's something that, you know, and right now with the exchange rate being what it is, 100 yen is a little different than it was when I was going over there a lot. But like, that was something that was... Oh. From like, there's a bit of a culture shock to it when you're like, all these games are 100 yen, and at the time 100 yen was $1 for anything, for any game, and it just felt fucked. Right now, yeah, 64 cents is the exchange rate now, man. If ever there was a time to go hang out in an arcade in Tokyo, it sounds real good. But
Round 2. Ready, go!
you know, the part where you're on the road and like, you know, there's everything is different anyway. Like it was a lot easier to feel okay about paying 100 yen to play Virtua Fighter 4 and stuff. But even then, we didn't, you know, we weren't really spending a ton of time in arcades. We would go here and there when we were there, but
Round 3. Ready, go!
64 cents for 100 yen, man. I should fucking buy. This is how I end up buying like a malfunctioning Mr. Do arcade board off of Buyee, off of Yahoo Auctions Japan.
Knockout.
When I hear information like that, this is how I end up with an MSX that I don't need. No, there's one specifically on there that doesn't do anything when you plug it in. It's malfunctioning. It will not actually. You cannot use it to play Mr. Do. It's a sad state of affairs.
Round 1. Ready, go!
Ugh. Yeah, I can already see myself spending another 2 or 3 hours later tonight staring at things on Mercari or whatever. What I really want is some really good Mr. Do versus Unicorns stuff. Like a marquee. But I guess like, well, whatever. I guess Japanese cabinets didn't have marquees, so there wouldn't be a vinyl. There would not be a Mr. Do versus Unicorns marquee per se. But
Round 2. Ready, go!
something more than just the flyer, because the flyer for Mr. Do versus Unicorns looks really good. but it's just a flyer, you know. So I don't know. Wait for some of the t-shirt bootleggers on AliExpress to make some more fake Mr. Do shirts.
Ready, go! Knockout!
I was looking at the X68K version of. They released a combo pack that is Mr. Do as well as Mr. Do's Castle, Mr. Do versus Unicorns, if you will. And I was looking at those, but they're like $150. Like that's I don't even have a system that would play them. It's just like, look at this cool box with a floppy disk inside. I keep looking at copies of Super Mario Brothers Special as well. Maybe I should just buy a PC-88.
Start running.
That's clearly the answer, is to buy fucking Japanese computers that I can't, that I will never know how to use properly.
Ready, go!
Ah, yeah, there's more to it than that, huh?
Round 2. Ready, go!
Ah. Oh. Get the kids to learn Japanese so they can translate. Yeah, that's Now you're thinking.
Ready, go!
Got to put them to work. Oh.
Knockout!
The artwork for Mr. Do's Wild Ride is also really good. Like the flyer and the marquee and stuff, but that game is so fucking terrible. Oh, no! Whew, whew. $619, that motherfucker.
You'll never be a match for me.
Yeah, maybe the time is right to buy a Casio Loopy.
You'll enjoy this, trust me.
It's definitely like a moment of just like, well, what if I had a Marty? What if I got a Marty?
Ready, go!
Why not just get a new one? Well, because you would not buy a new one out of Japan, so the exchange rate is not going to work in your favor at the moment. Ow! Ow! Ow!
Knockout.
And the real answer to this is I shouldn't get any of this because most of these platforms are so well emulated at this point, or they, you know, the cores on the Mister or whatever, that like it's really stupid to get into any of this stuff. And so like, but the drive for me on a Japanese computer, the reason I would want it is because some of those things are just hard to understand unless you've used one before.
Ready, go!
Some of the particulars of like loading a game and all of that stuff can be just tricky.
Knockout.
Whew. Close. But now, you know, yeah, with an X68K Mini would be an interesting option there. I thought about picking one of those up.
In a few years.
An MSX seems so, but also like all of these things are getting way more expensive. So that's sort of the other, like, the thing about buying one of these is then suddenly you're like, well, now I have to buy fucking games for it, and each card is 200 fucking bucks. Like, what is this, a Neo Geo? Like, fuck this. Like, you know, and that's all right, Benny Man.
Knockout. Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout.
This lady in a bikini just came running at me full speed and kneed me in the face. It was fucked up.
Knockout.
Little leg shimmy. A little leg shimmy. Just for fun.
You'll never be a match for me.
But that's, yeah, you know, I want to divest of some of this stuff, to be honest. And buying even more, you know, at a time when, you know, I should be getting rid of almost like 90% of the Super Nintendo games that I have, except for like the 2 or 3 that I have actual nostalgia for, the those physical cartridges.
Ready, go!
Where it's like, that's my Mario World save, so of course I would keep that. You used a Super NT once. I ended up, yeah, so
Ready, go!
I have a sealed in-box Super NT. Because I pre-ordered one and then they sent one. And so I used the one that they sent, and then when mine showed up, I was like, oh, right.
Knockout. Round 3. Ready, go!
I decided to pre-order one of the Super Station 1s, which is just a fancy Mister. But it is very fancy. It's in a really nice case that takes regular PlayStation controllers. Like, they're marketing it as like, hey, it's a PlayStation, and you can buy a dock if you want to load discs. But then it is also just, it is a Mister, so you can just load Mister cores on it.
Round 4. Ready, go!
Oh. Like that thing was like 200, 240. It was like not a lot of money compared to how much a lot of other shit the discs just run from a dump. I mean, so yeah, like yes, if the discs just run from a dump, that makes sense because getting actual discs to boot, it can be tricky, and so you end up in a situation where you're better off just dumping the disc to whether it's temporary storage or you let people save it or whatever. It's just the hassle there is like it's going to take time for the disc to dump before it can load. Also, I don't need to dump any discs. I have them all pre-dumped, redumped, some might say.
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go! Knockout!
And I like their philosophy, like it's kind of a minor point in their in the page they put up for the Superstation, but they're just like, hey, by the way, this thing's a mister. You want to play Saturn games on this? Fucking go for it. Like, we're not going to sell you a locked down thing just so we can sell you another one later. Unlike some folks in this space, which is the part they didn't say, but that's.
Knockout!
Will Mr. do Moonlight? No. It maybe could, but so no. Like the FPGA itself is probably not capable of running Moonlight or any of that other stuff. But there is a Linux part of that device. And so you wouldn't be taking advantage of any of the power of it, but because it's a stream, it wouldn't matter. But like theoretically, I don't know if the Linux side is powerful enough to do it, is the thing.
Round 1.
If you could
Ready, go!
if you could do that, but I tried to block. I felt like I was holding block there, but maybe I don't know.
Round 2. Ready, go!
Yeah, Analog is selling that N64, and like,
Ready, go!
the thing I'll say about the Mister's N64 support is that they had to cut a couple of corners at the end that like you'll probably never notice to get like 3 or 4 games running properly, and they did that, and it seems fine. People seem to love it, and so in theory, Analog's device has the opportunity to be better and not cut those corners, but ultimately,
Round 4. Ready, go!
I don't know the number of people that will care about that, and can they guarantee that it'll actually, be better? Oh. This man wind up and dash forward and punch. I guess the Analog thing will spit out 4K, right? Is that the... And so the Mister will not do 4K on its own. In order to have Mister stuff running at 4K, I had to go and spend another several $100s. I had to spend a PS5 Pro on a RetroTink 4K which there's a more economical version of that coming out soon. That will not be quite as fully featured, but it will be much more reasonably priced for people who want to do that sort of stuff. And that stuff's rad. I got my satiator hooked up and running on my Saturn and dug out my SCART cable and hooked it up to the retro tink and ran it all through real nice. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Street Fighter the movie has never looked better. Bug 2 has never looked better.
Round 2.
Will the Satiator run MPEG Saturn games? No, because it takes up the MPEG slot. You cannot run. It's just lunar. Like it's right. There's not many of those, right? It's an analog switcher. So yeah, the idea is that if you wanted to be one of those fucking lunatics, that had like 40 consoles hooked up at once, you could get that big long analog switcher that you can add pieces to it. You can buy additional pieces with more ports. So if you need I need 12 SCART ports and 2 component ports. I don't know what the upper limit is on how many things you can hook up to it, but you can, and it will automatically switch based on what's powered on. And then so you can take that, hook that up to the RetroTink. There's an additional cable that you can run from this device to the RetroTink that will tell it what port is booting up, what console is booting up, so that the RetroTink will automatically load the appropriate profile for that device. And it's fucking slick as fuck. I don't need that, but it's fucking awesome. I mean, the RetroTink is already super expensive, and then getting a big analog switcher on top of it, the analog switcher itself I don't think is actually super crazy expensive for what it is, but
I've got the advantage.
but it's rad. You look at it and you're like, yep, I see. I look at that and go, yeah, what if I got some shelves, and what if I did become one of these lunatics? And I'm like, no. Because again, most of the systems, what would I hook up to it that the Mister can't already do and do really well? The list of viable consoles where I'd go oh, and then then it's a matter of okay, am I going to go buy ODEs for all these consoles and make sure that they're RGB modded for the best possible signal? The whole path is fucking madness, dude. And it's great, it's great if you want to live that life, if you want to be about it. I'm all for it, but
Round 3.
but I just don't, there's not a lot of reasons. Even buying the Satiator for the Saturn felt like kind of a dumb move at this point because of how well Saturn games run on the Mister. The Mister core for the Saturn is getting great. They're he's adding, there's preliminary STV support, so if you want to run the arcade stuff that was Saturn based, it sounds like that it'll get to a point where it'll run some or all of that as well, which is kind of fucking crazy.
Ready, go!
And also the software emulation side of Saturn stuff is getting really good. After years of it sucking shit, and I think it still has a reputation for sucking shit, so maybe people just don't know. But Yaba Senshiro and a lot of the other Saturn emulators out there are fucking awesome. They're fucking great. And so that stuff's getting really good too. And so the idea of oh, I need a real Saturn, I need to run real Saturn hardware, it's a luxury. It's you don't need to do it. And I only did it because I had this Saturn, and I like my Saturn, and I wanted to buy a satiator because this Saturn still has a working drive in it, and I didn't want to yank a working drive out of a perfectly good Saturn. And so it's a lot more money for that. And I wanted to be able to use like the 4 meg carts and stuff like that a Saru I don't think can do, unless there is a combo cart with Saru that is also a 4 meg cart. And also, the dude who did the satiator put in a lot of work in figuring out that CD block and all that stuff. Like, he did a lot of great work very early on and was, you know, the first person to kind of go public with this shit. And I was like, you know what? I've wanted one of these ever since he announced that he was working on it. And so I'm going to buy this one. And, yeah. And it's a great device. Plugs right in. It's slick as fuck. And is still being worked on. There's still some like a couple of incompatibilities here and there from the looks of things, but it seems like it's, you know, they're still doing stuff. And of course, I still have my 3DO here. Like that, those are the only old systems I have in this room are a 3DO and a Saturn, of course. But there is a 3DO core in development from the developer of that Saturn core, and it's very early on, but it's not available. Like it's very, very early on from the looks of it, but that's fucking exciting. Jaguar is coming along on the Mister finally after like kind of a lot of start and stop on it. That's getting good, but also the old big PMU, that the Jaguar emulator is fucking amazing. It is amazing. The Jaguar. So yeah, I believe that they're putting out multiple versions of the Jaguar core these days. There's a dual SD RAM and a single SD RAM, so I assume that there's some difference. The Saturn, same deal. And there's a CDI core that is like really, really coming along. Every Friday, the guy working on the CDI core releases a new version of it. And, you know, sometimes the changes are big, sometimes they're small, but, like, it's... The fact that someone's working on it is just... It's great. It's great. It sounds like there was, in a couple of days here, the maker of the 3DO ODE, which plugs right into the back of a 3DO. It's fucking great. His store is relaunching pretty soon, and the word is that he may be selling a CDI ODE at that point. And if that looks like a reasonable install, that could be very exciting.
Round 4. Ready, go!
So basically, like, the list of systems that you need to have real hardware for are, you know, like, that's shrinking a little bit as time goes on. Like, for me, the idea of, like, yo, man, I'm going to hook up a real fucking NES or Famicom or whatever these days just seems ridiculous.
Nothing.
DS and 3DS is the only one you feel like you're getting a worse experience. DS, I don't know. Some of those, like Melon DS, is really good these days, but you know, there is, you know, yeah, there's something lost in translation using a mouse or anything like that, like doing it on a desktop. Doing it on Steam Deck has actually been really nice. I've been playing Picross 3D on my Steam Deck, and that's been awesome. That's been a really good way to play it, other than the weight difference between a Steam Deck and a DS. Yeah, the side-by-side big screen, little screen thing's weird. You're right. It is strange. It's not great.
Round 2. Ready, go!
And 3DS, I don't know. I have not fucked with 3DS stuff in a long time. So that is a case where I have three 3DSs sitting in this room right now.
Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh yeah, the iPhone emulator stuff I was fucking with for a little while, and now I don't know. I don't know.
Round 4. Ready,
The controller situation. Maybe if I got a different bolt-on controller, because the one that I got, whatever it's the company that that makes the good one of those, or the most popular one of those. I forget what it is now. The home button on that, when you push it on an iPhone, it tries to launch the app that they want you to download and install for their piece of shit controller, and also it will bring up the menu in something like a RetroArch on phones. But yes, Backbone, that's what it is. Backbone. Backbone is a piece of shit on that specific front, where they no, download our software, and like, no, I don't know, I don't need a fucking launcher for no, fuck you. Like, it's so yeah. And there was no easy way to turn it off. So basically, every time you bolt it on, the first time you push it, or the first few times you push it, sometimes it would just launch their stupid app, or so basically you have to uninstall the app, and then it will pop up a thing saying, do you want to go to the App Store to download this app? And then you have to say no, and then once you've done that enough times, I think it stops asking for that session. All right. This might be my last run here, and then maybe I'll do something else. But I don't want to clip a regular controller to a thing.
knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Ah! Yeah, he says.
Round 3. Ready, go! Knockout!
Okay. But also, I started using my Steam Deck more and didn't need to dick around with
Ready, go!
putting ROMs on a phone. And, Ha! El Blaze got smoke. I like El Blaze. I support El Blaze.
Let's see how many seconds you'll last. Are you ready for this?
Round 1. Ready, go! Knockout! Round 2. Ready, go!
Ugh.
Knockout! Round 3. Ready, go!
Oh, ah, yep. Oh, yep. Ah, yeah, that thing got some reach on it, huh?
Knockout! Round 4. Ready, go!
Oh, yep. Yep. Nice. Oh, hi.
Round 5. Ready, go!
I should really stop that. You see it from a mile away. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. But I'm hitting too many buttons. I need to hit fewer buttons in those situations. All right, Virtua Fighter. Virtua Fighter, it's a good game. You should check it out. This Virtua Fighter. You should get into Virtual Fighter. Hell of a game. But yeah, you know, like pretty bare bones. But it's priced appropriately. What does it say? What? Okay, I chose tournament. Oh, can I actually enter one? Or anyway. It's a neat game. It's good. It's no like Mr. Deuce Castle, but like, I mean, if we're talking about like great classic games of the arcade days, Virtua Fighter 5 is certainly up there. But, you know, the music in Mr. Deuce Castle is pretty great. Pretty great. So I think that goes a long way. But yeah, hooking up old stuff, you know, hooking up old consoles and hooking up all that is not, I don't think I want to live that. I don't think I want to live that life. I want to get rid of a lot of it, you know? And even like there's some stuff that I'm like now feels like it is much more in the realm of like, oh, maybe I could get rid of this, like the Jaguar, for example. Like I have a Jaguar and maybe like 15 games, 12 games, something like that. And I would probably like keep controllers because you can hook real controllers up to stuff, and the Jag controller has a full keypad on it, and it's super weird, and so you have to kind of account for that, and that is hard. That is the hardest part of emulating a Jaguar these days, is the buttons. But it's so well emulated now. Like and the Mr. Cores, they're working on it all the time, so presumably something gets there eventually. How many N gauges do I have? I don't know. It could be 5, it could be 12. I don't like. There's just a box out there, and I don't want to know. I don't want to look in the box. But I have like, there are some N gauge games where I have like 5 or 6 sealed copies of an individual, like I think they did like a FIFA, like I have like sealed copies of Sonic N and shit like that. They sent us a lot of N-Gage stuff when the N-Gage came out. They were like, we're going to send every person on your staff like the system and every single game, and like so much shit that no one wanted that I ended up with all of it by the time things were done. It was just like, okay. And so I just have so much. Same with Gizmondo. I have quite a lot of Gizmondo shit. So, obviously you hang on to all of that because, that stuff's not that well emulated, though there is whatever the Symbian OS, the Symbian OS that runs the N-Gage, that has been relatively well emulated these days, and so you can play N-Gage games on a PC if you're truly broken inside. Do I have a horde of Tapwave Zodiacs? I wish I did. No, I just have the one. I just have one. They made 2 models of it. I think the difference was either the storage, or it had twice as much RAM. It was either twice as much RAM or twice as much storage. I forget which, but I do have the higher end version of the Tapwave Zodiac. That's a great version. So they ported the GBA version of Tony Hawk 2. They ported that to the Tapwave Zodiac, and it's fucking awesome. It's like an HD version of a GBA game. It's fucking weird, but it was a really good version of that game. But the Tapwave Zodiac, I mostly just played solitaire on it. Like I didn't even, yeah. Yeah. Tapwave Zodiac was a good toilet device for a good long time because it had a good version of solitaire, good touchscreen solitaire at a time when touchscreen anything was not that common, I guess. I don't know. Not everything can be as cool as the Gamecom. The Gamecom's not super well emulated either. That's like you can run them in MAME. But that stuff's not super well handled. Or rather, it's not a solved problem, I guess, is the like a lot of this other stuff can be. But yeah, maybe we'll fire this up real quick. What's going to be the fastest way to do this? Let's go here. We'll turn on the capture card. Hello. I have to stand up to turn this on. Hang on. No, nothing. What the? Gotta plug in a cable. Hold on. Weird. That's interesting. This was going to be the Saturn, but it's not. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just getting like no signal at all. Weird. That's there. Hmm. Let me jiggle some cables real quick. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to mess with that some more. I don't know why that's not working. That's a bummer. Annoying. Very annoying. Like it's all still plugged in. I mean, you know, the Saturn's getting power. I believe RGBS is the appropriate selection for that, but you know, I tried some of the other ones. When I was messing with it before, I had to toggle between a few to figure out which one was which, but that is the one it settled on, which I thought was the right one, but oh, right. I gotta make this menu go away. But yeah, this stuff is this stuff's getting real good. I don't know why that would be the. All right. I was watching a video of someone playing PC-88, a specific PC-88 game on real hardware. And it was running a lot differently, or rather it was running more consistently, I suppose. Hmm. Is this unstable version of the core truly unstable? Yeah, I mean, it's not even... That's not what we're looking for. But there's a setting in a PC88 that you can toggle that sounds like it will let games run more consistently. And in some situations, if it's a newer game on older hardware, you know, there's like some weird stuff you can do. And it sounds like it looks like most of these software emulators do not emulate that functionality. And so, you know, all of the retro achievement situations around this game are people playing it in like the worst possible scenario. Like seeing a bad game at its absolute worst. Maybe this is just a version of the core like problem here. Maybe if we go to the most recent stable version, we will have a different experience, perhaps. Yeah, there we go. And so that's that is now like something that I'm like, man, I wonder, because there's a dedicated PC88 emulator out there, and I wonder if it emulates that specific option. And do I need to download it and get it set up so that I can truly enjoy the magic of Super Mario Brothers Special as it was originally meant to be played? You know? And how you can tell, like the video I was watching seemed to imply that you could tell if it was doing it properly. And so maybe this is. Let's find out. Let's find out. I got all crossed up, but if the game over music plays in its entirety, then it is running at the appropriate speed. And if it does not, that means it is running inconsistently and is cutting things off. So let's find out. I think RetroArch cuts it off, and maybe this doesn't. So this is the more consistent version. Yeah, okay. So this is running it properly. But the emulator, like if you want to get retro achievements and you're exposing yourself to the like software emulation, that those emulators don't seem to emulate that specific functionality. Could I overclock it? So overclocking it in this situation with the way this game was built or whatever, actually just speeds up the timer. It doesn't really speed up the game much. And so, but also with the way the movement is constructed in this game, you wouldn't want it to be any faster. Anyway. And so it's annoying because I have like a lot of the retro achievements for this game, and I was unable, like, because I was streaming and wanted to stream through the entire game. I have like my achievement for beating the game is in softcore mode because I ended up having to do a save state because I was streaming it and I ran out of time and had to come back to the stream later. and so I never went back and finished the game appropriately. But Jesus Christ, man, no. This game is fucked, man. This game is so fucked. I love how fucking terrible. Like it's such a fucking bent version of a game that you know and love. The momentum on this movement, like the idea of doing this like precise thing of like, oh, I got to jump here and then try to is fucking, oh my god. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No warp zones there. Whoa. Whoa. Also, for as messed up as Super Mario Brothers 2 is in terms of the difficulty and some of the things they do to the levels in that game, this game is even crazier with that stuff. And it does it on a game that forces you to do blind jumps and all this other shit. Yeah. It's a real mess of a video game. But there's also, so you know, you can also emulate the Sharp X1 version of this game, which does not have retro achievements. Last I checked, I believe that's still. Oh, I don't know that the X1 has any retro achievement support whatsoever. But but you can do it. Oh, you can do it. IPL is definitely under preparing. It is not going to be prepared for what we're about to unleash. The clicky noises, I think, really set it apart. I can't imagine that's how it's originally meant to. So at least this one has this kind of like scrolling mechanism in it instead of just going to a black screen. But that's not to say that it's good. Oh, God. I don't feel good. No, get me out of here. Everyone's favorite video game music played expertly at the right tempo. What more could you want? So sadly, there's no. Well, there's. I don't believe there's a good functional X1 core for the Mister. So we have to turn to software emulation. I think there. Let me double check. I still have it up over here, but. That's right. There's a Sharp MZ core, but not an X1. And that MZ core, I don't think has been touched in years, so it's probably not up to the task of running MZ games very well either. These days, I could be wrong. This is just the one guy in Japan working on FM Town's PC98 and 68K. So, yeah. So there's the PC88 core. PC88 core sees some updates from people other than him, but yeah, that piece there is a PC98 core that I don't know what it's capable of. And I don't know what he is doing with the FM Towns. But the X68K core is him, and but that's been converted over as well. So I think there are other updates happening to that thing, but not a great deal of updates happening to those cores, which is sad because that's the stuff I'm most interested in, right? Because it's the weirdest. Oh, this fucking game. Yeah, there's also, yes, Punchball Mario Brothers and Balloon Fight, a bunch of other stuff that came to some of these computers. File mode error. Okay, great. Floppy. Okay, it's not gonna allow that at all. Make ready any device. Okay. We're done with that. But there's also this amazing version of well, why not? Do I not? Okay. I have to manually load this, I guess. Back to the PC88. I have to literally use the keyboard here. I have to figure out what left and right are, because I don't think it's the arrow keys. Let's find out. On the highway. Nope, it's not. Okay. I can use the left and right on the D-pad and the space bar. I'm sure I could change some emulator settings to maybe be a little better. Get out of here. Stanley gonna give it to you. On the Strange Bridge. Here we are on the Strange Bridge. We got off the Strange Bridge. Now we're on the old country road. It's nice out here. Oh no, Donkey Kong is here. Stanley, do something. Ah! Get this worm out of the way. You're blocking Donkey Kong's business. Yeah. Keep in mind, this is a licensed official. This is a game. The aliens. This is not some fan game. This is not some bootleg. This was Nintendo going, yeah, okay. So you want to take some of the mechanics of Donkey Kong 3, but not all of them. Ah! I really screwed that up. I thought I had room for one more shot. We gotta get Donkey Kong out of here. We gotta get him away from the aliens. Now we're in the UFO. No, Get him out of here! Get him out of this UFO! Why is Donkey Kong in this UFO? Oh, okay. Why is Stanley the Bugman in the UFO? Is also another question I have. Bonus stage. Just a great experience all around. You know, great audio, great video, great input. Just everything's great. Leaving the Earth. Get the fuck out of here. I am just here for the monkey. Out here in the Astron Belt. Get him. Oh, Stanley. Murked. I imagine getting sprayed with bug poison in your crotch area over and over again is probably not great. Around the Saturn. Oh, I fucked that up. Oh no. When Donkey Kong goes around the Saturn, he really goes around the Saturn. Come on. No! Ugh. I flew too close to the Saturn on that one. A mysterious planet. Yeah, I don't know. We should have different backgrounds. What should we do? Well, I don't know. Maybe it would make sense, you know, since he's like a King Kong-like figure, you know, maybe have him near buildings or something. Would that be... No, I was thinking more like a mysterious planet. Maybe on the desert. Okay. I suppose if you really wanted to be aggressive, you could try to like get the worms on a similar path so that they're all lined up so that you know you don't have one of them crossing your path every so often here. You know, you really like that might be a hot strat you could get into. Come on. Bonus stage. Dick. Oh. Stage 11. Now where? By the pyramid. Whoa. Donkey Kong trying to Smoke me with that shit, man. What? Ah, here we are in the cave. Ugh. This is a close-up of Donkey Kong's business after 11 levels of... What could possibly be next? Ah, at the active volcano. Donkey Kong, you've led us to a bad place. Go, go, go. Get this Donkey Kong out of here. Oh. Oh. It's hectic, man. It's rough out here. In the active crater? This is kind of, I mean... You get so close to getting them off screen. You're like one shot away, and then just, you know, enough stuff gets in the path for a while, and it's just, oh, it's so disheartening. All right, stage 15. How many stages? I mean, how many stages could there be? We're at the dome. Surely the dome is the last level. Maybe I have to get to some weird chessboard and fight a bunch of chess pieces or something for half an hour to beat the game. Oh, smoked. Oh, I got hit by a bug. I have not seen the bugs come that low in that area. Well, I guess I had to get off center.
Get out of here. The programmer of this worked on 4 Mario Party games? Yeah, I believe it. Ita, you win again. So yeah, that's you. You get 10 points for one of those, 100 for one of those. That's why there was no Donkey Kong 4, is because Stanley the Bugman died outside the dome on the mysterious planet. He saw the pyramid. He lived to see the pyramid there. He saw the inside of the active volcano. All those places, but died on a foreign planet. That's what he always wanted. Poor Stanley. That's yeah, I mean, that's an example of some of the liberties that were taken with some of these games on the PC-88. There's also the Mario Brothers game, Punchball Mario Bros, is not as weird as this Donkey Kong 3 variant is, but it is definitely like a different thing than original Mario Brothers. Let's drive some cars. All right, if you feel lightheaded, notice that Donkey Kong 3 for the PC-88 did not need such a message, but if you feel lightheaded while experiencing this Genki racing project, I don't know what to make of this. The idea that they made a new one of these is wild. That it came to PC, that it's in early access, all of these things that you're like, you would not necessarily expect. It's kind of fucking rad, man. These games were not necessarily... I don't know. These games were enjoyed by the people who enjoyed them, if that makes any sense. Like there were a lot of people who were not into this. Oh, you don't want any kind of part of this controller at all, do you? Do I really have to manually set this? This was my problem with the Assetto Corsa early access thing. Okay, what we'll do is I have to imagine that if I turn on Steam input, that they will have done a layout for Xbox controllers. I got all of the achievements for the Xbox 360 one of these. And I had not really played much of these games prior to that. But I was mostly, I think it was when I imported a Japanese Xbox 360 and wanted to get achievements on Japanese games, I ended up playing through the Japanese version of that. And then I have all of the achievements on the US version as well, because there were ways to make that work. Yeah, okay. Now we seem good. You just don't go higher than 1080, huh? Go to garage. And this seems like, people are excited about it, which is cool, because people were never really ever excited about this franchise. There were like the lunatics off to the sides that were like stoked about it all the time. But it was not like it never was like a super popular franchise here in the States. And so it was always just a little weird. It was just, here's this weird thing. And I don't know, man, someone's into it. And use the root menu to access the garage screen. You've got your machine now. Now let's move to the garage. Jeez. This is the garage screen. This is the hub you'll visit most often, serving as a base for all your activities. The place you basically your car specs. 1, 2. Okay. When heading to the Shuto Expressway, you'll use the Course In button. It's time to course in. You mean enter course? I have no skills to equip. Before we get too much further into this, can I see the options anywhere? Open the root menu. There we go. Pointer movement speed. All right, let's course in, I guess. Okay, on the map screen, you can check just... So because I only really played that Xbox 360 game, like, I don't remember anything about the structure of how these games worked. You get ahead of the other guy and their meter drains, right? Is that how it works? Ramps are unlocked by driving on the course and passing by them. First, select the unlocked Kandabashi C1 inner loop ramp and enter. Ramp in. I hope that, you know, this seems like it's doing well. People do seem excited about it. I would love to see more driving games out there that are not all simulators, that are not all racing wheel games, that are not all, you know, headlights slicing through this is exactly what it needs to be. So it's exciting that this is doing well. Because I would love, again, I you know, like, I would love to see this succeed and see even more weird games. Weird, just like something more than just Forza. I mean, there's nothing, you know, Forza Horizon is a hell of a game. I enjoy playing it. They don't make them, they make them pretty often, but okay, accelerator left trigger, really? Really? Did you really? Did you put gas on the left trigger and oh man. Are you lying? I'm gonna guess that you're lying about this also. Handbrake on X, change view on Y, flashing on A. Okay, when you get certain distance with your rival, their information will be displayed. Flash the lights to start an SP battle. Yeah, they are indeed lying. What's up, man? What's up, timid challenger? Oh, yep. You earn CP. Great. Yeah, that's just what I need, some CP. We need to, I understand there's a language, you know, just, we need to not. It's needed to buy and upgrade your car so you can keep battling. There's a maximum limit that you can hold, and initially the amount is not very high, but you can hold more rupees if you unlock the new wallet from the perk tree. Yep. Great. Additionally, upon your first victory against each rival, you will earn BP. Which you can use to unlock more perks. Actively strive to earn BP. You'll accumulate damage on your tires, return to the garage to replace tires and reset damage. Okay. I was going to say, if I have to, like, buy a bunch of tires, that'd be... It told me to head back to the garage, but what if instead I drove for a little while longer just to get a feel for it? Oh, it's such a specific... It really sticks to the lane. It really, like, wants to straighten out unless I do this. All right. While basking in the excitement and enjoying the night breeze at the parking area, a stranger appeared. A confident, strikingly poised, and lively woman. Active-looking woman. It's great. I'm known as a prominent street racer. They call me Cinderella past midnight. Yep. Yes, why do we race? This is... Since Tokyo Drift, I've been trying to answer these questions. Climb into her machine. It's a very Ridge Racer thing to call cars machines. Why do I race? Yeah, I got a bad name. Fucking A. All right, so we hooked up some CP. Now we can check it all out. Each screen centered around the garage offers various features from purchasing to upgrading, altering car settings, enhancing the drivers themselves. Okay. Okay, so how much damage you take and lose. Is the entire perk tree? Oh, okay, I see. There's driver level, and then there's this stuff. Stamina boost to increase your SP gauge. Perks such as new wallet. We don't need a new wallet yet, but we will. Okay, so you unlock cars for purchase. I think I'm good on my car. Power unit level 2 becomes available for purchase. Okay, well, we don't necessarily need to spend our perks just yet. Let's look at some of these other menus here. More torque. Max power up, max torque up, mass down. In Aero, rotor and caliper can be adjusted. We need more LSD. Hey, yeah, I went to the Fish concert and tried to get a limited slip differential, and they gave me something else. All right, well, I don't know. Let's buy some stuff. Shorter shift time. I can adjust the ride height. There's old timid challenger. A young man. Oh, I love that they wrote. Wait. Okay, so you have all this, and then also there's a detail screen. It's in the transportation business. Fantastic. Okay, so we have different teams and then different drivers on those teams. Great. Speed trap. I already have the car. I mean, maybe don't let people just start with the car. You remember me mentioning something that I almost bought a GTR to prove a point to some asshole. So I went with Ryan Davis to buy a car, and he was going to buy a Nissan. And we went to the Nissan dealership that he had already, like, they already had the car. It was like a pretty straightforward thing. And they had a GTR in the lobby, you know, inside, you know, the way the fancy cars are inside the building as opposed to out on the lot. And I was looking at it, and I had just about enough money that I could have bought the GTR. And I was about, you know, I was also in need of a new car anyway. It was time to get a different car. But I was, you know, we were thinking commuter cars because, you know, we were commuting. We're looking at the GTR, and I'm like, how many test drives do you give on this thing? And like, well, if you want to test drive it, we have to do a credit, we have to do blah 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 blah. And basically, she was just like, you can't fucking test drive this car because you are a piece of shit. Like, started running down all the things that would need to happen before you would be allowed to test drive it, and all of that stuff. And I was like, and like, she was so shitty about it that there was a part of me that was just like, fuck you, I'll buy the, like, I'll write you a fucking check for this fucking car right fucking now. It would have been the stupidest fucking thing in the world, but at that point I could have done that. I had similar, so, you know, I bought a Lexus IS 350. And before that, I was looking at I was looking at ISFs, but I wanted to test drive a car first. I wanted to test drive either a 350 or an ISF. And the first dealership I went to with a friend of mine, and her and I stepped on the lot and got treated like absolute dog shit. I was just like, okay, hey, I heard you had an ISF on the lot, and he's like, yeah. Like, okay, well, I'm interested in it. He's like, oh, really? Well, it's being washed right now. It's being washed. I'm like, okay, can I see it? Like, no, it's busy. Okay, well, how about a 350? Do you have an E3? He's like, yeah, we have some 350s on the lot. Well, can I check? Can I look at one of those? And like, it was such a fucking terrible experience that, like, literally, I had already decided, like, hey, I'm going to buy this car, and that's that. And I was just like, cool, man, later. And went to the next dealership down the freeway and bought a fucking car. It was just like the craziest shit. And I told them when I was buying the dealership, like, you know, I went to this other fucking place and this is how they fucking treated me. And they're like, yeah, we get that. We hear that a lot about the people at that dealership. And I'm like, all right, well. It's just, yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking buying like, car stuff fucking sucks. Cars fucking suck. I briefly did think about driving back to that dealership in the fucking 350 I bought and go like, hey, they helped me down the road. Fuck you. But whatever. And they ended up getting me on the hook for multiple cars because they talked me into leasing it because it was, you know, zero whatevers. I was like, all right, fine, I'll just lease it and, you know, then buy it out at the end. And then I got to the end and I was like, what if instead I got a newer one of these? And so that dealership ended up getting me for 3 cars. Hey, asshole. Rolling guide number 2. First attack. Yeah, I should check out the steering assist stuff and what you can turn off, because this is like the way it sticks to the lane, the way it keeps wanting to go in that direction is kind of like it just everything feels very heavy in the turns because it's trying to stick me into the lanes in a way that doesn't feel good. Wait, was that someone? A meter appeared. I didn't see a name. Am I going too fast to see the names over people's heads? Oh, you can just race random cars? Okay, I thought you had to. I thought you could only race racers. Wow, rude. I do like how that shit works. Yeah, braking and stuff doesn't feel very good. I mean, I can always handbrake, but that's a little extreme. So I can just race. Oh yeah, you can just race anybody, huh? All right. I've never been on any of these roads in a real car. I've been on them in a bus from the airport into Tokyo. And a few times I have come in at night, and there's something extremely thrilling about seeing this at night and looking at it and going like, oh man, this is why all these Ridge Racer tracks look like this. This is why this game looks like this, obviously. Like these types of tunnels, like all of that stuff is just real. And it was cool as hell to see it. Oh, getting worn out by this Genki car. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fast car. The car is faster than me. Fair enough. Oh. Ugh. Had a moment there where I could have got ahead, but didn't get it done. And now here we are. Oh, oh, oh. I like the idea that anyone on these streets late at night is down to race. And it's not just your rivals. It's just like, no. If you're out here this late, if you're out on these roads, it's for one reason and one reason only. I mean, I'm just draining him out this way. It's not how I want to, you know, I would rather just pass him. Pit maneuver. All right, rolling guy number 4. All right, these tires are getting a little worn down. Okay. I mean, might as well just go level 1 across the board, right? Wall is a friend, level 1. %8 discount. Machines can be sold at 70% of their price. Yeah. All right, we don't want a car. Some level 2 stuff. Yeah, let's hold off on that for now. Well, I guess. Oh, that cost 3. Oh, it cost all 3 of my points. Okay. Well. All 3 points for just 2%. Seems like a bit, but I don't know. All right, let's get back out there and race a little bit. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna. Course assist display toggle? No, that's display stuff. All right, these are all controls, so it's not going to... Wait, is it going to be in here with... Dead zones and steering angle correction. Steering angle is limited according to speed. Input... Okay, yeah, let's try that. Let's go this way. And get a sense for how this controls with that stuff turned off, because that's... Oh yeah, okay. Now it controls like a driving game. Oh, it's actually, I mean, it's actually kind of squirt. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. This is very sensitive. I might be... I want to turn that down. But still, when you get going, yeah, it's not like it's giving me the ability to really flip around these corners either. So it's still... You know, when you're taking these corners at high speed, it's still limited by, you know, real car shit. Oh no. Come on now. There we go. Oh, man, that's real cool. Real cool, man. Yeah. I thought I could slide that way. I didn't see the fucking sidewalk or the raised Oh, I fucked this up. Come on, man. It's got a weird feel to it because, you know, it's been so long. It's just been so long playing anything with its own style that applies to, you know, the car handling and everything else. That, it takes a little getting used to. Proud challenger. With the angle assist turned off, it feels way more jittery in a way that I'm not sure that I'm into. But you definitely feel like you're in more control. I guess, you know, the answer there is like, well, there's a lot of dead zone stuff you could do and a lot of other sorts of changes you could make to the input that might mute that a little bit. Come on, great finance. Show me your driving spirit. Well, okay, here's someone. Let's maybe do one more. Cool site. Yikes. Okay. Well, let's do this last little goal here and then head in. Oh, wait, there's somebody to race. Got to fill out our rivals. We got to beat Sweet Surrender. If we can. But yeah, I love that this game is like back, you know. It's been a really long time. It's such a particular thing that, like, by and large, you know, a lot of those games over the years, I never really got into them. It was just specifically importing that 360 and importing Japanese 360 games that kind of got me to play one of them after all those years. Happy Chappy! Happy Chappy! Oh, okay. I guess I got to do this, huh? The leader of the team wants some. Oh, he's just barely hanging on. Come on. There. A slim, well-built man approached. This handsome man with striking features. I'd rather you didn't casually call yourself a street racer. Fuck this guy. Just because you beat Happy Chappy doesn't mean that you're suddenly the Drift King. The king of these highways. Those who grow feverish. It's so much, man. That's great. This is great. Okay, Return of the Bastards. This is exactly what it needs to be. This is exactly what this game needs to be. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, you can adjust your ride height and get it nice and low. How do I quit? That's okay. There we go. Cool. Well, that's Tokyo Xtreme Racer. It's how much they want for this? $30. That's a good, this is a game that used to come out full price whenever they were putting them out there for a while. It was, kind of a classic undersung franchise. Like I said, the people who liked it always really liked it, and it never broke through in any kind of mainstream way over the years. It was just kind of this like, oh, another one of those Genki racing games is coming out, huh? All right, man. And they never really caught on in a big way. And it's cool that something like that can continue to exist, Like, it's got the vibe of that kind of like PlayStation 2 era in a lot of ways too, with all the silly writing and everything. It's just, yeah, it's great. That's what you're looking for. Genki still knows how to make that game, and that's good. And it looks like there's a lot of room there for them to expand on it as they go. The game will include the story, playable up to roughly the halfway mark. Full release will have additional storylines, vehicles, rivals. Over 200 rival characters are in the game now. No, I'm sorry. What? Yeah, have been implemented already. Yeah. This is the first time in over 18 years that Tokyo Xtreme Racer will be returning. Yeah, god damn. That's a long time. That's cool. A little rough around the edges, but it always was. So like some of that you go like, oh well, maybe they'll file some of these rough edges off over the course of early access, and like, no, this is not that's not what you're here for. You're here for it to be like this. You're here for it to have more. not to be different than this. It's kind of awesome. I'm going to get going. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. And I'll be back Friday to rank some 8-bit Nintendo games. And yeah. Have yourself go play some Mr. Do's Castle.